Pete and Janet, I hope you're doing well. Pete, I enjoyed, it was so wonderful to see you, and I was thrilled to hear about the cancer remission. That was one of my biggest concerns and prayers as you went through the journey, that they had taken away the medication, which I just thought was terrible. And so I'm glad you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying everything that you're able to re-engage in, and we're so grateful to be working with you and sharing the journey together. I wanted to give you an update on some great breakthroughs. I'm so sorry that I missed the board meeting. I've never done that, missed a Henry board meeting in all the years I've been doing this. I'm doing Henry for 18 years, I guess board meetings for over a decade. So I think Kelly caught you up on all the latest, but Josiah is having tremendous breakthroughs. He's able to get on all fours now, starting to crawl backwards. He can get in a standing position himself with his feet down, kind of crouching. He can get himself in and out of the standing frame, in and out of a car. This is an Asia A C6 complete, so he's supposed to have no function or sensation below his collarbones. He had a dream last night, and he believed an angel appeared and showed him that he was going to get a body part back. That was going to reignite healing for his whole system. And he shared with Jason he thought that would be his left foot. And so I'm thrilled about that. There are a lot of things happening with Jacob's Ladder that are tremendously exciting, where Kelly's working with them to create a national and global digital platform that's going to result in a massive inflow of capital, but more importantly, tremendous transformation of lives around the world. So we're thrilled and excited about that. ARPA-H, we're one of 5 states competing for the healthcare equivalent of DARPA, as you know. It will be headquartered in the AT&T Tower. The X Prize, we talked yesterday with Thomas Osborne, the head of innovation for the VA for the U.S., which is the largest health system in the country. He is really excited about partnering with us. We may do an X Prize for spinal cord injury together in a number of other areas. He's a Harvard MD and works at Stanford Medical School and runs the Palo Alto VA. Brilliant man. He's a neuroradiologist and very highly respected in the field. Had a great conversation. The Forbes acquisition is in the quiet period, but all the money has been raised. We're talking to a very, very large potential donor who's having a massive liquidity event, and we'll know if it's going to happen or not by about mid-September, that would like for us to consider launching a social enterprise venture philanthropy fund. So I sure hope that happens. That would take financial pressure off of us and give us a lot more resources to focus on social enterprise. So that would be just a tremendous thrill. Personally, I spent 3 days last week up in Kentucky meeting with Harvard. Well, she's 1 quarter or semester away from becoming a Harvard MD. I think she's got 2 PhDs in functional medicine, and she was trying to get a Harvard MD, not because she needs it or wants it, but just so she can practice functional medicine in the United States, which focuses on prevention, diet, environment, holistic analysis of your body and systems. And she identified 3 to 4 areas that were really need to be addressed with me. And it was black mold and larva and infection with worms and other things, and then a bacteria, which is really nasty. It's got these big spindly things that compromises your organs. It's really challenging my pancreas and prostate. And so she's gotten me on a very disciplined, rigorous diet, which I'm excited about. And it was a thrill to meet her. It was sad to hear, even with a Harvard MD and 2 PhDs, the Biden administration snuck in, just in the big omnibus bill, put in legislation that would require an additional 2.5 years of certification to practice functional medicine in the United States, because they put the whole thing under the American Medical Association, and they're basically trying to shut down functional medicine so that you can only go through the traditional medical approach, which we have the best specialties in the world, but they don't communicate, they're siloed, they're not at all holistic. And we have a very strong tendency to the equivalent of just putting a big piece of black electrical tape over the stop and check engine light on the car, and we have more of a, like they're trying to do with me, with my eyesight. I can't do surgery to clean out the blood that's caused blindness in the right eye until I've been infection-free for 3 months. And I'm trying to do everything I can, of course, to protect the left eye. But what they're trying to do, they've been I've been trying to get this addressed since December of last year. They've had all this time, and all they're doing is treating my symptoms with steroids and other things which can cause cataract and glaucoma. The iritis itself can cause blindness, and then if it doesn't slow down, they'll just shut down your immune system. They'll give you immune blockers, and that's what they are contemplating doing next. But they're not addressing anything in my diet or environment that would address the core issues or anticipate issues to come, which is what this doctor was very focused on doing. She had a machine called a Wright machine that's been around since 1937 by the guy who invented the MRI, I believe. And the U.S. government tried to buy the patents for that, and the physician aggressively is discredited. But his invention is very powerful, but we have some things several generations ahead of that today that are deeply impactful and holistic and insightful from a holistic preventative care standpoint. But we just don't seem to practice medicine that way, tragically. So anyway, you know a lot more about medicine and our healthcare system than I do. But I'm excited about the potential VA partnership. I'm thrilled about the opportunity to transform our ecosystem. We're hoping that the governor will fund the X Prize through some of the White House interactions we've had. They've said that it would be fine for him to use some of the stimulus money, COVID relief funds to fund the X Prize. So I'm hoping that happens. We are having a big success on October 28th. We've been working for almost a decade on our Martin Luther King educational initiative that really has become a great counter-narrative, we didn't know it would be, to the Black Lives Matter, critical race theory, cultural Marxism, transgender, all of the things we're facing in our schools. And that got a unanimous vote, K-12 in the Georgia House and Senate and the Tennessee House and Senate. And we're launching an Andrew Young Scholarship for worthy graduates of that program to attend historically black colleges and universities under scholarship paid by McGraw-Hill. And we've invited the governor and the mayor and Andrew Young, who will be there on the south steps of the Capitol on October 28th, to announce that scholarship nationwide. So very thrilled about that breakthrough and hope you're both doing well. I know Kelly has really enjoyed working with you, Pete, and Janet. Hope everything's going well with you, and sorry to miss you at the last board meeting, but I look forward to catching up either by Zoom or in person soon. And I'm so thrilled about Josiah, who's donated a $50,000 TRT machine to Henry. He's raised. A relative gave another $20,000. His parents are giving part of their time to Henry. They've just been incredibly supportive and unbelievably generous to me personally and to Henry, which I never expected. And Ignacio's doing great. Continue to hear great things about his academic progress, his interaction with Neuralink and SpaceX and Virgin Galactic, and one breakthrough after another. So I'm just grateful to you both for making all this happen. and I look forward to catching up again soon. God bless.